Hello, Pre-Calculus 2-5, Part 5. I covered this kind of question on my Part 4 video. Please pause the video, new track. Okay, let me cover this. Before you do anything, you want to factor numerator, you want to factor denominator. So numerator is what? X squared plus x minus 20. 1 times 1 makes 1. Minus 20 have lots of combination. I think 4 times 5 makes 20. I need a minus 20, so minus 4 times 5 will make minus 20. 1 times 5 makes a 5. 1 times minus 4 makes minus 4. Add them, you got positive 1. That should match coefficient of x, which is 1. This is a good combination. Once you found your combination of factors, put a parenthesis, put an x there, top floor, bottom floor. So x minus 4, x plus 5, I factored numerator. Do the same thing with the denominator. X squared plus 7x plus 10. 1 times 1 makes 1. 10 has 1 times 10, 2 times 5. Okay, 2 times 5. Multiply cross 1 times 5, 1 times 2, add them. That number should match number inside. And we found the combination here. Put a parenthesis, x and x, top floor, bottom floor. We got x plus 2 times x plus 5. So we found factors for both numerator and denominator. So k of x is x minus 4 times x plus 5 all over x plus 2, x plus 5. Okay, so if you look at it, you're supposed to check for whole first. How do I find the whole? Do you see x plus 5, x plus 5? We get to cancel them out. So k of x, we can simplify to x minus 4 over x plus 2. So whole happens for the expression they canceled out. X plus 5, so that's the part. Whole at the expression you're canceling is x plus 5, let that equal to 0. So x equal to minus 5. So you got minus 5 as x coordinate of a whole. You have to find the y coordinate of a whole by plugging it into the updated equation. So that's equal to y equal to x minus 4 over x plus 2. You plug it in, x is minus 5 there. So minus 5, minus 5. So that would be minus 9 over minus 3, which is 3. Y equal to 3. That's how you find y value of a whole. So whole is minus 5, 3. And you continue rest of them with this modified equation. So vertical asymptote, denominator equal to 0. Let denominator equal to 0, solve for x. So x equal to minus 2. So you got x equal to minus 2. Did I ask you for domain? I didn't. So I'm not going to do domain. Horizontal asymptote. Power of x, same power. So she's 1 over 1. Horizontal asymptote y equal to 1 over 1, which is y equal to 1. That's it. So you got the vertical asymptote, horizontal asymptote, whole. We are done. Well, question-wise, we are done. What if we ask you to graph? Since I showed you only one, so I might give you one more example of graphing. x-intercept, y-intercept, you need to calculate that as well. So x-intercept will be numerator equal to 0. So x equal to 4. So you got 4, 0. Y-intercept, you plug it in, x is 0. So y equal to 0 minus 4, 0 plus 2, you got minus 2. So you got 0, minus 2. Okay, so I think we are ready. Put the y-axis, x-axis, excuse me. The vertical asymptote is x equal to minus 2. So we got dashed line, horizontal asymptote y equal to 1, put a dashed line. We have a point which is a hole, minus 5, 3. So minus 5, 1, 2, minus 5, 3, that's a hole. Make a hole. X-intercept 4, 0. Y-intercept 0, minus 2. Okay. So right hand side of the vertical asymptote, you know you have scratched something like this. Left side, actually a hole is right there, so you should know we have sketched something like this. And that will be the graph if I ask you to graph it. Okay? Moving on. Solve this equation. Okay. When you try to solve this equation, first thing you have to do is get rid of x on denominator. So what did they do? They multiply by denominator everywhere. Multiply by x minus 6, x minus 6, x minus 6 everywhere. So these cancels out, numerator denominator cancels out. Okay? And distribute x to x squared. Distribute x to minus 6, minus 6x. And minus 4 is minus 4. Right hand side, 0 times parenthesis becomes 0. This is not factorable. So a equal to 1, b equal to minus 6, c equal to minus 4. You're using quadratic formula. So you do need to memorize the quadratic formula, minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2 times a. So they got a, b, c, plug it into the quadratic formula. Make sure you calculate what's inside the root. So again, some of my students don't understand what I mean by that. You can calculate this expression inside the root. You type into the calculator, you get 52. So you keep the root. So square root of 52, you can express like this. Then you might wonder, okay, what happened from here to here? Well, square root of 52, you can simplify further. 4 times 13 makes 52. 4 is 2 times 2, and that's a pair. Pair pops out of the root. 13 doesn't have a pair, so you get 2 square root of 13. You can express that as this. So 6 plus minus square root of 52 over 2, you can express that as 6 plus minus 2 square root of 13 over 2, which is the same as, you can factor 2 out from the numerator. Factor 2 out, all over 2. Then you get to cancel numerator, denominator. Then you end up with this. Okay, so that will be the final answer. When you deal with rational equation, meaning if you have x on denominator, there's a catch. You always check your final answer against original equation. X cannot be 6. Denominator cannot be. So denominator cannot be 0. So x minus 6 cannot be 0, meaning x cannot equal to 6. You always have to check. If you get answer as a 6 at the end, you have to dump that answer. We don't have 6 here, so both answers are good. Please pause the video, you try this. Here's your work. I multiply by denominator everywhere. Multiply by x minus 5. This cancels out, you get 9. I distribute 3, 0 times the parenthesis becomes 0. Combine like term, I solve for x. Okay, please don't forget checking against the original equation. Denominator cannot equal to 0. So x cannot equal to 5. Make sure your answer doesn't violate this domain. This is not 5. Keep it. Okay, exactly same. X plus x over x minus 1 equal to this. First thing you have to do is get rid of denominator by multiplying by denominator everywhere. Multiply by x minus 1, x minus 1, x minus 1. So x times x, x squared. X times minus 1, minus x. This numerator denominator cancels out, so you got plus x here. Numerator denominator cancels out, you got 3x minus 2. Move everything to the left-hand side, you got this. Can you factor this? I think it's factorable. 1 times 1 makes 1. 1 times 2 makes 2. Multiply, you get 2. Multiply, you get 1. Add them, you get 3. We need minus 3. So, rather than multiplying positive 1, positive 2, you need to try minus 1 times minus 2. Still makes a positive 2. When you multiply, you get minus. When you multiply, you get minus. Add them, you get minus 3. So, we found the combination here. Pro x here, parenthesis, top floor, bottom floor. You got x minus 1, x minus 2 equal to 0. So keep going from there. You got 2 answers. Okay, don't forget checking domain. Denominator cannot equal to 0, which means x cannot equal to 1. And it happened to be one of our final answer is 1. Make sure dump 1. 1 cannot be. So only solution is 2. So do you see? If you don't check, you might say my answers are 2 answers, 2 and 1, then I'm going to lose you. Please pause the video. You try. First thing you will have to do is factor this denominator. So x squared minus 3x minus 10. 1 times 1 makes 1. 2 times 5, I need minus 10. So you're going to put minus here. 2 times minus 5 makes minus 10. Multiply cross. 1 times 2. Add them. And minus 3 is matching coefficient of x. We found combination. Put the parenthesis, x here, top floor, bottom floor. X plus 2, x minus 5 is a factored form. So I can rewrite this as x over x plus 2 plus 6 over x minus 5 equal to 14 over x plus 2, x minus 5. I intentionally gave some space between. Why? First move I'm going to make is get rid of all the denominator by multiplying by least common multiple of all denominators. So think about it. This denominator, this denominator, this denominator. What's least common multiple of all denominators? This. So I'm going to multiply by that everywhere. X plus 2 times x minus 5. X plus 2 times x minus 5. X plus 2 times x minus 5. Then what happens? Cancel this, cancel all that. Okay, so you end up with x times x minus 5 plus 6 times x plus 2 equal to 14. We got rid of denominators. That's good. Distribute distribute x squared minus 5x, distribute 6x plus 12 equal to 14. So when you have a square, you want to move everything to the one side. I'm going to combine like term here, x squared plus x plus 12. You want 14 to be on the left. So x squared plus x minus 2 equal to 0. Solve for x. Factoring 1 times 1, 1 times 2, you want minus 2. So minus 1 times 2 makes minus 2. Multiply, cross, add them. This number should match coefficient of x. We found a combination. Parentheses, throw x there, top floor, bottom floor. X minus 1, x plus 2 equal to 0. We got two zeros here. X minus 1 equal to 0, x plus 2 equal to 0, x equal to 1, x equal to minus 2. What's the catch? Whenever you solve a rational equation, you have to check, does it violate the domain? What is the domain? Denominator cannot equal to 0. So x plus 2 cannot equal to 0. X minus 5 cannot equal to 0. Okay? So x cannot equal to minus 2, x cannot equal to 5. You have to check it. Aha, minus 5. Final answer was minus 2, I mean. Okay? Cannot be minus 2. You have to dump it. Only answer you keep will be 1. Okay. This is a word problem. Basically, they want you to find the value of r. Exactly same question as the other. Did you realize I didn't even read the question? Find r, and that's all you need to do. So I'm going to just jump into the solving equation. How do you find the r here? You have to get rid of the denominator. So you need to multiply everything by least common multiple of denominators, which is r minus 4, r plus 4. So right here, you have to multiply by r minus 4, r plus 4. Here, here, here. Multiplying by least common multiple everywhere. Then what? R minus 4 cancels out. R plus 4 cancels out. So that might need a little bit of a work. So from there, you can rewrite that as 6 times r plus 4 plus 6 times r minus 4 equal to 2 times r minus 4, r plus 4. Okay, distribute. 6r, 24, distribute. 6r minus 24. Before you distribute 2, distribute this first. R squared plus 4r minus 4r minus 16. If you remember formula, you can just do r squared minus 16. Okay? Plus 4 minus 4, they cancels out. So that's going to be 2 times what? R squared minus 16. Plus 24 minus 24 cancels out. You got 12r. 12r equal to distribute 2, distribute 2. Okay, personally, I like leading coefficient to be positive. So rather than moving that to left, then you will have minus 2r squared. I'd rather move that to the right. So I can do minus 12r minus 12r. So 0 equal to 2r squared minus 12r minus 32. Solving for r, 2, 2, 2. You can factor 2 out as a GCF. So simplify if you can first, then factor. 1 times 1 makes 1. 2 times 8 makes 16. I need a minus 16. Multiply cross. 1 times 2 makes 2. Add them, you get minus 6, which is matching. Okay, we found the combination. Put the R, parenthesis, top floor, bottom floor. So 2 times r plus 2, r minus 8. Solving for r, You can set 2 equal to 0, which we're not going to get much. R plus 2 equal to 0, we got R equal to minus 2. R minus 8 equal to 0, we get R equal to 8. We got 2 answers. Do you remember? Always check against original equation domain. R cannot be 4. R cannot be minus 4. You always have to check. Do you have a 4 or minus 4? So both of them are good, except this is a word problem. You do need to know what R indicates. R is a rate of the boat. Rate of the boat cannot be minus. That's the reason you have to dump this minus 2, because this is application problem. So R equal to 8, 8 what? 8 miles per hour will be your final answer. Yep.